Thank you, Chen, for the introduction. So I'm going to move you away, probably well out of your comfort zone, to Northeast Africa, to a place called the Arabian-Nubian Shield. And that's the normal disclaimer. I'm going to summarise really three of our prospects on this one project area. Now, they are three different types of discoveries, and these are completely undocumented before. There's no historical deposits where we are, apart from 4 old colonial mines and about 7 artisanal mining areas. We've barely got to those because of what we've discovered sticking out of the ground. So that's our share structure. I won't spend too much time on this, simply to say our current share price is around 70 cents. We're around 50 million Canadian. They're fairly tightly held with insiders and management, and so locked up a bit, but we're hoping to change that with the current fundraising we're doing now of 5 million. So where we are in the Arabian-Nubian Shield, we really got the main people in Eritrea that have brought mines and discoveries to account, and we've put them all into one company, and we're looking to become a premier explorer and mine developer in the Arabian-Nubian Shield. This is where you really want to be over the next 50 years, where these things are sticking out of the ground. The people we have developed mines in Eritrea, 2 of the mines that have come into development and 1 that is in development for mining. So this is the Arabian-Nubian Shield that you're looking at here. You've got the Red Sea there. Eritrea, you can see down there in the center bottom of the slide. Those red stars are projects that our management team have developed, primarily in Eritrea, but also up in Sudan. And our project is the one on the far southwest of Eritrea there, Geochemistry. And this is the project itself. It's about 771 square kilometres. You can see some of the drill hole results that we've already got. Now, what's important here is the 3 discoveries we have are a porphyry copper gold, an orogenic gold, and a VMS, a volcanogenic massive sulfide. For one junior company to have in one license area in one country, and that's all in the space of, we've made those discoveries in just over 2 years. We've had the license for 5 years. The last 2 years, it's all starting to come to fruition. We have barely touched those colonial mines I talked about. There's 4 of them, and then there's 7 artisanal areas. Why? Because we've got onto these discoveries and we're developing them quickly, and they're looking very, very good. So if you want to get involved in something that is on the inflection point where we can really do something quite special here, this is one of the companies to look at. Now, I'll go into just a brief bit of detail on the 3 discoveries I'm talking about. This is the orogenic gold. So what you're looking at in the far lower left there is the old colonial gold mine. Those black dots are 100 by 100 spaced soil samples. So that gives you an idea of scale. You're looking at 7.2 kilometres of a soil anomaly that's for gold, and 2 kilometres wide. And we identified that trend because our geologists went along just prospecting and came back with rock chips through that 7-kilometre area, some of them going over 100 grams per tonne. We went in and systematically soil sampled that. We got this anomaly. You can see that river system coming down vertically through the middle there. I believe that's offset, that's the structure. So the river is defining a structure that's offset that soil anomaly. And you can see how it continues on. So as a junior company, we didn't want to drill straight away. We went in with channel and trench sampling across the interpreted strike. On the right-hand side, you can see some of the trench results. We were sampling every metre in the trenches. Some of the trenches are 100 to 200 metres long, and you can see the results we got there. So that's quite spectacular early on. It was very clear where we should drill. So that's what we did. We drilled, and what you're looking at here is the results. So of the 4 areas where those trench results were showing, I've given them those red ellipsoids there, and you can see when you go across to the table on the right-hand side some of the results. So the area Hill 52, which you're looking at there in the top of the table, we got 20 metres at 7.7, 15 at 5.8, 18 at 5.7. For early stage, that's 22 drill holes there, and look at some of the hits we're getting in them. Then you go down to the northeast area next, only 4 drill holes, one of them 16 at 14 grams, 16 metres at 14. If you get over 100 gram metres in any early stage exploration, you're doing very well. Well, we're already doing that in 2 of the areas quite easily. And you can see the other 2 areas that we've drilled, we've also got excellent results. So, you know, the potential here for something of real significant size, that's 7 kilometres long we're talking about there. So I've just taken one of the sections here of the area where we've got the most drilling to date. You can see that we can interpret this quite easily. Some of those results you're seeing in that table are shown in these loads that we're interpreting through there. We haven't done any drilling down below this, so that's open to depth. I've just closed it off in the interpretation. This could be, you know, it's orogenic gold, so this will pinch and swell and could go to quite some depth, and it'll be pinching and swelling along strike. So this thing could have some real size. Well, we've also got, there's those 4 ellipsoids that I was talking about in the Colonial Mine down in the far southwest. We've actually got 3 different geological units here. That blue unit is a granodiorite, and that is the classic host for the orogenic gold deposits in the Nubian Shield that are known. We've got the Sukari deposit up in Egypt, 17 million ounces. That's in a porphyry diorite. We've got the Zara deposit in Eritrea, which I was involved in the discovery of in another life, and that's in a granite. And then we've got a granodiorite there, and we've got the Colonial Mine down at the far southwest of it, and we've got hits up in that red ellipsoid up in the northeast there. Those black dots are the actual number of drill holes we have, and you can see it's not many yet. Then we have sediments, and we have basalts or mafic units to the northwest. So we've got 3 different units that these hydrothermal fluids are hitting and dumping stuff out in. So we've got several bites at the cherry, basically. So what I wanted to give you as an idea of scale for this quickly is to show you the Sukari gold deposit. That's it on the right-hand side. That's in that porphyry diorite. That's 17 million ounces that was put out in December last year. If you flip that to scale onto our soil anomalies, and where we have the drilling, of course, you can see it's only about 1/3 of the size. So the potential for us to have multi-million ounces here with good grades that you've just seen is very, very high. And we're going to test that with the money that we raise in this next round. We're going to be doing we're going to focus on this prospect because I can see we can bring this to account quite quickly. It's all coming to surface, as you saw in that cross-section and these soil and trench results. So the ability for us to really turn this into a resource quite quickly is there. So now we go to something else that happened. We've got a porphyry, copper gold, sticking out of the ground. That's me leaning against it. You can see all the copper covering the quartzite diorite there. That was completely undocumented. And our geologists mapped it going up northeast. You can see that's 2 kilometres by 1 kilometre. We did a whole lot of rock chip sampling in 100 by 100 soils. We defined the anomaly there, gold and copper. The red values are the gold above 1 gram up to 4 grams. The blue is the copper from 1% up to 9%. And then we did our first drill programs, and we got 108 metres at 1.24, and that's gold and 0.6 copper. But within that, we got 49 metres at 2.4 and 1.1% copper. We weren't sure we were dealing with a porphyry because there'd only ever been one other porphyry identified in the Nubian Shield up in northern Sudan. So we weren't expecting to find this, but we found it. We got that guy in the photo there is Dr. Richard Silito, a world authority on porphyries. We got him to come and he said, yep, you guys are onto a porphyry here. So just to summarise some of our intercepts in the 3 sections that you just previously, that red ellipsoid, you can see 3 sections. We focused our drilling around that discovery hole. And you can see, again, I just did a gold equivalent, did the gram meters. We're going over 200 gram meters for a couple of these holes and over 100 for the others. So, you know, we're onto something very good here as well, but my focus will be Aburna. We're a small company. I need to be careful with the resources we use. So this is sitting there waiting for us to develop as well. We have 1.5 kilometres of that quartzite diorite, that's that green unit, down below that red ellipsoid where we had the focus of the drilling, 1.5 kilometres with hardly any drill holes. So that's sitting there, we've done trenching, it's humming in copper anomalism, so we know that's going to be mineralised. And I'll just finish quickly with the VMS. That was the Gossan, again sticking out of the ground, completely undocumented. We did 100 by 100 soil sampling. You can, when you form these things on the seafloor, they go like a layer cake with the copper and the zinc layers. You turn it up, move it around for 750 million years, weather it off. You'll get a linear association, spatial association that you're looking at there between the zinc, which is in the magenta, and the copper and the green. So that's what we're looking at. I'll finish there. You can see the massive sulfides we've already hit in the drilling that we've done. We've only done 10 drill holes here to date. We've already hit massive and semi-massive sulfide. So we have these 3 discoveries, very early stage, and I'm having to focus on one of them, but these other 2 areas are sitting there for us. You know, we could really, we could spend a lot of money on this in quite a valid way, but as a junior in Eritrea, we're having to be careful how we spend our money. But this is what you can find in the Arabian-Nubian Shield. So I'll finish there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alasdair.